I never thought...
You don't have to say anything, Michael. Are you leaving me?
Would you, please? Please? Oh, Janet, let me get you some coffee.
I'll be okay. I just need some time alone.
Well, I guess what they say is true. Money doesn't buy happiness.
It's from a guy who buys lottery tickets twice a week?
No, not me. Well, yes, me, but that was the old me. That's not the new me. This is the new me.
I thought you'd been keeping the Magic 7 draw in business since it began.
Not anymore, Cass. No, I can see that it's a sickness. Definitely a sickness.
Well, well.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy another lottery ticket as long as I live.
So you really don't care that the current jackpot is worth over $50 million?
Really? I wouldn't have known that.
Right. I bought a ticket.
You did not.
Want to buy half?
No. Show me.
I thought you said you didn't care.
I don't care.
Mr. Pearson, Sergeant St. John, this is Sergeant Ryan. Sorry about...
She found me with another woman. I never ever dreamed that she would do something like this.
Why'd you wait till this morning to notify us?
When I got home yesterday, I parked in the courtyard, and Janet wasn't home. It wasn't until this morning I went into the garage and I found her.
Is this other woman someone your wife knew?
No.
Well, we'll need to talk to her.
Her name is China.
Your last name?
I don't know. I only have a phone number. She was from an escort agency.
Why here?
I actually thought I wouldn't get caught here. Janet said she was going to be out all afternoon.
Mr. Pearson, was your wife known to combine alcohol and pills?
No. Not often. Sometimes at night, but never in the afternoon. You have to understand. This was just a one-time deal. I mean, I don't play around. You can ask anybody.
What'd your wife say when she saw you with another woman?
She said she wanted to be alone. So I ended up going and playing around at golf.
What'd you shoot?
I'm sorry.
Golf. What did you shoot?
I don't know what I usually shoot. 76, 77, something like that.
Mr. Pearson, what do you do for a living?
Jan and I have been very fortunate. We've been able to live off of our investments.
I'll take that number for the girl from the escort service.
Everybody makes an error in judgment, don't they? I mean, it's not just me.
You know, I haven't played this club before. They say the greens are really fast.
Well, they're more true than fast.
How would you know?
Because I've played here.
You have not. This is the most exclusive club in Palm Beach.
I know. I got invited.
I got $50. It says that you can't name.
Good to see you again, Miss St. John.
That I can't name.
The three first inductees into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Walter Johnson, Babe Ruth, and Ty Cobb.
Sure, I saw Mr. Pearson come in. I was just finishing up with the late lunch crowd.
Do you remember the time?
Yeah, it was around 3:30. He collected his clubs and then he went out on the golf course.
Is he alone?
Yeah, he was.
Thanks.
Sure.
Can I keep this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Coroner's prelim puts the time of death around 4. Michael Pearson says that he was home between 5:30 and 6.
He said he shot a 76 or a 77, so that would make him, what, a 4 or 5?
Yeah, I'm with that handicap. If he was playing alone, he should have been done in 2.5, 3.5 hours, depending on how busy the course was.
And he teed off at 3:30, so he would have been done by 6 or 7:30.
Alibi works, case closed. You gonna do the paperwork or am I?
You want to toss for it?
Cassie, I told you I don't partake in childish games of chance
Oh,
anymore.
come on. One final bet.
No, I'll do the paperwork.
Okay, fine by me. Well, since it doesn't count, what would you have said?
Heads.
Ah, man, we would have had a winner.
Come in.
Excuse me. I'm looking for whoever's in charge of the Pearson case.
It's me.
I want you to know that it wasn't suicide. She was murdered by her husband.
Did you take the Joplin case off my desk?
No, I put it on your desk, Harry.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because it's not on my desk, and I don't know where the hell it went.
It fell behind the filing cabinet.
Hey, you're right. I got it. Thank you.
I'm sorry, come with me. Have a seat. You were saying?
I have some information you should know, but I can only tell you on condition I remain anonymous.
Well, you've done a pretty good job of that so far.
I'm sorry. My name is Faith Carter.
Well, Faith Carter, if you have information about a crime, that's one thing, but if you're a material witness, that's another.
I'm not a material witness, but I saw the crime.
Sorry, you lost me. You're not a witness?
I have what some people call the gift of second sight.
You're psychic.
I have certain abilities. I don't exploit them commercially. I'm a paralegal secretary by profession in Boca Raton.
What makes you think Mrs. Pearson's death wasn't a suicide?
For the last 5 years, I've been having images of a woman being killed by a man. I saw a fragment of her husband's face as he forced some kind of pipe into her mouth. Then he placed her into a car, and he made it look like suicide.
What kind of car?
Foreign, German maybe. He was wearing some kind of old watch and a yellow shirt and light-colored slacks. And I had another image of him tearing them on something.
How do you know it was the Pearsons that you saw?
I didn't, until I saw their picture on the news. That's when I came to Palm Beach.
Well, this is excellent. You've given up gambling and taken on the occult.
I've always had an open mind about things that defy logic and reason.
Mm-hmm. You do read your horoscope in the morning.
Hey, I didn't say I believed in this stuff, just that I have an open mind. And she knew details about the case that we have never released.
Oh, let's not forget MOM. Means, opportunity, motive, of which Michael Pearson has none.
Well, maybe he thought that she was going to divorce him after what happened. If she was the one holding the purse strings, he didn't have a cent to his name before they got married.
Yeah, but we're still missing one thing.
And what's that?
That is evidence.
I'm happy to help in any way, but why would the clothes I was wearing have any relevance to my wife's death?
Well, we're just trying to source some fiber samples that we found on her body. Could have come from anywhere.
Do you mind if we take these down to forensics?
Not at all.
Sorry to have troubled you, Mr. Pearson.
It's okay. Truth is that any company around here is welcome. It's been pretty lonely since Janet died.
Anybody got the time?
Yeah, it's 12:30.
Wow. That's a beauty.
Can I see that?
Wow. Is this new?
About a year.
I know these things are made really well. They're so heavy. You wear this thing all the time?
Well, actually, my favorite is an antique bulova from the 30s. I usually wear it, as a matter of fact.
Well, thank you for your time and the time.
Not a problem.
Hello? Face playing even par on a tough course, Cassie. Got to take what she's saying seriously.
Well, the escort story, it matched up with Michael Pearson's. And she said the wife seemed in control when she found them going at it.
Doesn't sound like a woman who's about to take her own life.
Well, doesn't seem like Michael Pearson needs to worry about divorce proceedings either.
Are you hungry?
Oh, yeah. Let's go to the deli around the corner, the one where you can buy the lottery ticket.
Not biting. No, let's go to my house. I have something there. Come on.
You got anything to drink?
You buy that thing about Pearson taking his high-priced escort back to his house because he thought it was safer?
And those white people behave the way they do when it comes to sex.
Faith.
Hi.
Hi, come in. Come in. Hey, how did you know where I lived? Oh, Cassie, this is Faith. She's amazing. She knew where I lived.
Well, actually, your address is listed in the phone book. Look, I had to talk to you. I had another image of him injecting her with something before he killed her. Then he took the syringe and he threw it in a garbage can. That's how I saw them. He put the syringe in that one.
It's okay, I'll look. Oh, God. Oh, this is disgusting. Oh.
But I saw them. I saw it. I'm sorry. It seemed so real when I got it.
And you're sure it was a syringe that you saw him put in the garbage can?
Yeah, I was. What I get are short, brief images. The trouble is, the harder I try, Do you gamble?
Me gamble? No. Well, I used to. Why?
I thought I saw something. It was probably nothing. It was just some sort of money and numbers all jumbled up.
The only thing that's jumbled here are the facts. There's no syringe. The coroner's report would have picked up on a puncture mark. What?
You shouldn't close it off.
Close what off?
You have the gift yourself.
No, I don't. We don't have a single piece of evidence to support your belief that Janet Pearson was murdered.
Don't be frightened by it. It can be a blessing if you're open to it.
I gotta go.
Cass, wait a minute. Cassie, wait a second. Are you gonna dismiss her just like that?
I knew you were gonna say that. Maybe she's right. Maybe I do have the gift.
It's very funny. Look, it's not uncommon for police forces to use the talents of a psychic.
True, but usually they provide us with something that we don't have.
And what's that?
Well, it starts with P and it rhymes with proof.
All right. Look, I don't believe that it was necessarily a suicide, all right? I just think we should maybe give her a try, at least.
I think I know what's going on here. Why don't you ask yourself one thing? If she is psychic, then does she know what you're really thinking?
You guys are making me dizzy.
All I'm asking is that we give her a chance to visit the crime scene to determine whether she can see or feel anything.
And all I'm saying is, haven't we exhausted this whole voodoo thing?
Look, kids, I have always thought of psychics as a last resort. In this instance, it seems to be a first resort.
Because we don't even know if a crime has been committed.
But you have to admit that something is not right. Faith has the ability to see things we don't.
You guys are making me dizzy. Just get out there, get it over with, and move on already. I need to sit down.
I don't get it. You believe everything she says, but you didn't even ask her what the 7 numbers were.
Cassie, gambling is a progressive addiction. Starts off innocently with a $1 lottery ticket. Suddenly you're trying to scrape up the rent because you've blown it at the track, and before you know it, you're selling your grandmother for just one more spin at the roulette wheel. Anyway, she didn't say she saw what the numbers were.
You never asked her. I wonder if Faith could tell me if these are the right numbers. Or should I just buy another ticket?
Not biting, not even nibbling.
Oh, come on. You can split the $50 million with me. You don't even have to give me a cent.
I survived Toys R Us on Christmas Eve. I cannot be broken.
He was hiding over there. She came in and closed the garage door. And then he grabbed her with a needle and syringe in the other hand. And after she was unconscious, he put her in the seat like this. Then he forced some pills into her mouth. And he made her swallow them. She almost choked on them.
Pills?
And then he put the hose in her mouth. Turned on the ignition. And then she began to die.
I know what you're thinking. She still hasn't given us any hard evidence.
No, she hasn't, but
But? There's a but now.
well, if she's right, why did he force the pills down her throat after injecting her?
To cover the injection.
If there is one.
Typical place to try to hide a puncture wound is under the fingernails, between the toenails, or as it is here, under the hairline.
You sure?
There is bruising, and the puncture wound is clean like a needle would make. It would take some verifying, but yes, I think I'd call that an injection, Mark.
Orange party on the first day, please. Orange party on the first day.
Mr. Pearson.
Sergeants.
Out for a round of golf?
I am, actually. I'm playing with my attorney, Andrea Linigan. There are some estate and insurance details to be worked out.
Of course. Mr. Pearson, your wife had a prescription to diazepam pills. Did you ever see her use a liquid diazepam through injection?
Not that I'm aware of. I can ask her doctor if you'd like. Oh, Andrea. Sergeants Ryan and St. John from the Palm Beach Police Department. Andrea Linigan, my attorney.
Yeah, I know who they are. Have they told you yet they're investigating Janet's death based on a tip from a psychic?
A psychic. What is this person saying?
She had some information from the crime scene that hasn't been released.
Who is she?
She prefers to remain anonymous.
Anonymous. I see. Has Mr. Pearson not been forthcoming on any issue with you both?
No, he's been more than cooperative.
Then I suggest, unless you can provide substantial cause or solid evidence, you desist from investigating this case and let Mr. Pearson be.
Wexford call with the results?
Yeah. He hedged his bet a little. He won't sign off on the puncture wound to Janet Pearson as that made by a syringe needle.
Maybe it's time to toss this one and take it for what it really is, a suicide.
Ryan. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll be right there. Faith has just flashed on a witness. And the missing syringe.
That's him. It's definitely him.
Yeah, he climbed over that fence over there, left his clubs and everything, and then he walked on up towards those fancy houses up there.
What was he wearing?
A shirt and pants.
What color were the pants he was wearing?
They were sort of ecru. No. They could have been mauve with a suggestion of taupe. No, they couldn't have been that, because I always confused taupe with mauve and chartreuse. But I know for a fact.
What color pants was he wearing?
Brown.
Thanks.
Now, this is a second hole. You see how it's in a small valley? Well, no one can see you from the first hole or the third hole.
And to get here, from the start of the course, it'd take maybe,
10, 15 minutes, which means he would be at home at exactly the time his wife died.
Yeah. What is that?
What's what?
That.
It's a bush. Grows out of the ground like trees and plants.
Place.
Okay.
He decided not to leave it in his own garbage, so he went home and he took it out. He dropped it in here before going on to finish his golf.
After you.
Haha, you first.
No, I insist.
Okay. You game?
I'm beginning to think that I'm not the only one with a problem.
No, this isn't gambling. This is decision-making.
In the air, you call it.
Heads.
No! Gross!
Did you find anything?
I can't believe people read these things. Oh, this is disgusting.
Miss Linnigan, we want to bring in Mr. Pearson.
1. My client's explanation is that he sliced his tee shot and snagged the pants when he was trying to retrieve the ball. 2. My client has no knowledge of a syringe.
Miss Linnigan, at this junction, all we want to do is talk to Mr. Pearson.
3. I've been doing a little investigating myself. It seems your eyewitness was paid off by your anonymous psychic, who, by the way, has failed to mention something else to all of you.
And what is that?
That Michael Pearson ended a relationship with Faith Carter to pursue Janet Pearson. That she was insanely jealous of Janet. If anyone is to be accused of foul play, I would suggest that you interrogate your psychic. Ask her about the future. She certainly knows about the past.
Oh, big.
Still
I
no
think so,
location on Faith.
Tom, this is Sally Danziger. She went to school with Janet and Faith.
Hi.
Hi. So what kind of student was Faith Carter?
Conscientious. Much more interested in her studies than Janet was. Janet was a party girl.
Were you ever aware of any animosity between Faith and Michael Pearson?
Faith was worried that Janet was becoming an alcoholic, but Michael dismissed the idea out of hand. And I know that bothered Faith.
Do you think the fact that Michael broke up with her and started dating her best friend had anything to do with it?
I didn't think so at the time, but I was proven wrong.
What do you mean?
Faith became so desperate to prevent them from getting married, she got another girl in her class to say she was pregnant with Michael's baby. I think she even paid her.
Well, uniforms found the homeless guy.
You really think she paid him to say he saw Michael Pearson?
Well, you know her better than I do.
What about the syringe?
Lab came up with nothing. No prints, no blood traces from the needle, nada.
How angry do you think Faith must have been at Janet for the past 5 years?
No, not enough to kill her and frame her husband, if that's where you're going.
I'm telling you, this is a real Ripley's Believe It or Not class duping we're taking here, Cass.
I don't feel too bad. You know, maybe it's not all an act. And maybe she does have some kind of gift. Now, I'm not saying that it isn't possible. She framed it. It's just that she may have some kind of genuine ability.
Changed your tune a little, haven't you?
Do you know the other night when she told me that I was scared of psychic things? She was right.
What do you mean?
Well, when I was in school, the first boy that I ever had a crush on was killed in a car crash.
You never told me this before.
No. And the worst thing about it was that I dreamt the whole thing the night before.
I can't believe you never told me this before, Cass.
It's just not an episode that I particularly like to replay, you know? I just always felt guilty about it, like I could have warned him or something.
You had any other premonitions since then?
No. And I hope I don't. I don't want to see into the future. I mean, what's the point? If you could foresee the day of your death, that'd make life any easier? I don't think so.
Casing the staggering $52 million pot of gold at the end of the Magic 7 rainbow, here are last night's numbers: 2, 8, 23, 24, 27, 31, and 36.
Now, one. She didn't get one.
You did ask her for the numbers.
I'm weak. I admit it.
Okay, just out of curiosity, what'd she say the numbers were? You're not gonna believe this. These numbers are an exact match to my ticket!
And once again, the boundaries of the known and the unknown are seamlessly woven together by one hanging anomaly. We all lost.
Damn it.
Here's her bill.
Well, she only made 3 calls while she was here. 2 to the station and 1 to Boca Raton number. Oh, my battery's dead. Can I use your phone?
Long distance, you pay for it.
Of course.
Up front.
I'm a cop, for crying out loud.
Yeah, well, you know, it's my tax dollars at work.
Okay. Go. Yes, this is Sergeant St. John, Palm Beach PD, and I was wondering, is Faith Carter a patient of yours? She is. Mm-hmm. Well, she made a call to your office a couple of days ago, and I was wondering if you could tell me what it concerned. Uh-huh. A prescription. Mm-hmm. How do you know I'm a cop? Well, I can... Of course I'm a cop. Here, ask him.
Hello?
Bailey, Bernard, Bridge, Burnham, Collins, Cross. Oh, here we are. Carter. It was phoned in from a Boca Raton practice.
Oh, what was it for?
Liquid diazepam. Purchased yesterday.
Great. Can I use your phone? I need to call my partner.
Oh, of course. But if it's long distance, you'll have to pay.
I never meant to make a fool of you, Tom. That was the last thing I meant to do.
And what exactly were you trying to do?
To prove that Michael Pearson murdered his wife.
By planting evidence and paying a witness to lie?
Everything else I told you up until then is 100% true.
In your psychic visions, right?
I knew you'd doubt my credibility if I was linked with the Pearsons.
You're right, we would.
After they started dating, he found out that Janet's parents had died when she was a child and that she was due to inherit a large trust fund. I began having horrible visions of him killing her. I tried to warn her, but she listened to him, not me. Janet and I never spoke to each other after that. She was the best friend I ever had.
Look. I'm very sorry about what happened. But it doesn't make it better by blaming it on somebody else.
Look, you've got to believe me when I tell you that he killed her.
I'd like to, Faith. But you yourself told me not to believe something just because I want to.
He hired a call girl to come back to his house. Why? Because he needed to get caught. He needed a motive for Janet's supposed suicide. Janet would never have killed herself. She was a survivor.
The district attorney's office has told our department not to even think about pressing charges against Michael Pearson. Faith, go back to Boca Raton, try to get on with your life.
Well, well. If it isn't our notorious psychic, I take it you haven't come here to repay your respects to Janet. Have you come here, Faith, to plant more false evidence?
I know you killed her, Michael. I knew you were going to the day you set eyes on her.
You always did have a vivid imagination, Faith.
You wore her down until she was defenseless. Did you think she was going to kill herself? Or did you always know you'd have to get your hands on her money?
My wife committed suicide. I had nothing to do with her death.
You killed her long before the day she died.
You're crazy.
You're the one who's insane. A sane human being couldn't patiently and cold-bloodedly plan the death of another person. A person who truly loved them. You know what I figured out, Michael? You killed her 5 years from the day you first met her. What was that, some kind of sick anniversary present to yourself?
Yes, I'd like to report an intruder on my property. No, I don't think that she's armed or dangerous.
Great, thanks. You don't know when to stop, do you?
Look, I told you, I saw the place where he hid the syringe. It was in a cluster of tall trees. I had to go back and try and find it.
Do you see this? This is the Palm Beach Police Department's report on Janet Pearson's death. This is the file where we keep the closed cases.
You harassed Pearson again, you're going to jail. I'm surprised he hasn't dropped one on you already.
Go home, Faith, for your own good.
She believes what she sees is real, you know that.
Really think she's a wacko, Cass?
I think I'm in no mood to make that kind of informed judgment.
From the motel. Just come with me. Come on, come on. Hold me right there. I said don't move!
Throw the
gun on the ground. Get on your knees. Kneel down! You just had to do it, Faith, didn't you? You just couldn't leave well enough alone. You had to keep scratching and scratching until you opened up all of the old wounds. Now, the only question that remains is which one of you is going to die first? Little Miss Know-It-All? Or Mr. Dumbass Cop who followed her here? I think it should be Little Miss Know-It-All. After all, you're responsible for this mess that we're in!
You're not gonna get away with this.
Oh, what are you saying, Detective? Huh? Are you saying that suddenly you have the power to see into the future, too? Huh, Detective? Huh?
Of course not. He's just the dumbass cop who followed her, remember?
How did you know?
I think she had a vision.
Yeah, sort of. I called and you weren't there. I put two and two together. Or should I say one and one?
No, 2 and 2 sounds good. Stick with that. Thanks, Cass.
Why didn't you tell him?
Because he's too much of a believer. And I'm too little.
I want to thank you guys for not throwing me into jail earlier. I'll see you around, okay?
Hey, can I ask you something?
Go right ahead.
Why'd you call me in the middle of the night last night?
I had a dream.
Dream.
I dreamt that you were in danger. It was somewhere around here. It wasn't clear.
Yeah, that's it.
It's probably just a coincidence. Cop instinct, something. I don't know.
At least you came.
After what happened the last time I had a dream, I didn't want to take any chances.
Well, I'm glad. Let's go home.
Great idea.
Crank tune.
So for all you gambling Dans shooting for the Magic 7 jackpot, now standing at a cool $75 million. Here's tonight's lucky numbers: 6, 14, 19, 20, 29, 33, and 39.
No, this can't be true.
Oh, that's so cruel. Those
were
were
our
our
numbers.
numbers.